Hello everyone. It is a beautiful day today and definitely felt called to be outside for this video, which is awesome. And I thought I'd just talk quickly about some of the things that I'm doing that I'm finding very helpful for me. And I'm seeing such enormous success. And, you know, if it doesn't vibrate with you or anything like that, then don't do it. It's fine. But I've had such an enormous shift over the last month after kind of going through that long illness and, you know, realizing what it was and, you know, all the changes and there were things like that. And then coming to the realization of the purpose behind that. And that has just made me grow by leaps and bounds. And so one of the things that I'm doing is I'm waking up. And when I go to sleep at night, I go through all my gratitudes. And I usually fall asleep when I'm saying them because I'm tired and I'm pregnant. But I also say them in the morning, and usually I try. I'm not always successful because sometimes a small person wakes me up or whatever. Or sometimes I wake up and I go, oh, I'm awake. I want to be asleep. But I try to say, you know, I'm grateful for another day and things like that. And then I try to go through my gratitudes again and think of all the wonderful things that I have, that I'm blessed with, many of which, you know, I envisioned long ago in hopes of being here in this now moment. And that gives you a new level and sense of appreciation when you can be in that. And I think that helps you to center and align your energy and to carry it with you throughout the day, so that if you have something that maybe, you know, a couple months ago or a year ago or whatever might have really bumped you off and made you have a bad day, it just doesn't matter anymore. And it I find myself thinking of those moments more and more often. One of the things that I've been doing is like playing with different things that I want to create and manifest into my life. And so we've had a lot of wonderful things that have happened to us. We know our home birth is definitely happening now, and that's such an enormous weight. And in the weeks leading up to that, there was no doubt in my mind it was going to happen. How it was going to happen, I didn't know, and I really didn't care. I had no attachment to it. Just knew it was going to happen, and I kept envisioning my home birth for this baby, and like the birth pool set up, and my kids around me, my husband with me, my doula friends being with me, this amazing midwife who's been nothing but supportive and has caught so many things that the allopathic medicine hasn't, and just really seeing that moment and knowing what a beautiful experience it's going to be, and feeling that energy now and loving it and appreciating it. And I think that's something previously that in other acts of trying to picture something, I'd be like, that's nice, but I need to be realistic, and that's not going to happen. Or I need to prepare for, you know, if it doesn't happen that way. Screw that. I'm not doing that anymore. I'm literally going to just see it how I want it. And the nice thing is, though, there is no attachment. Like, I don't have attachment with how money is going to come in or not. I'm open to receiving whatever. Just make it happen. I don't care how. Just let it happen. And I'm not putting the conditions of it needs to come this way and things like that. If I had put the conditions around the home birth, like I'm going to get a big donor on my fundly, and that's how it's going to happen. And it's not going to happen any other way. Well, I would have put enormous amounts of energy into that instead of just envisioning the birth. And I think that's one of the reasons why everything moves so quickly to make that happen. So now when I'm envisioning things, I just sit there and play in the morning. You know, there's some mornings I'm a normal mom, and sometimes I'm tired and I just go to bed and I get up and then I pick up. And with this AGS, I usually go through and spray everything with vinegar and wipe everything down. Kind of fresh start to the day. But even while doing that, now I'm thinking of the things that I want and that will add to my happiness and to my abundance. I imagine having a porch out here and, you know, having it screened in so we can enjoy being outside in the evening more, and windows on my house. I want to add some more of those. And I just picture all those things and how I'll feel in that moment. And the kids and I have been really talking about going to Disney, and I know I could say, you know, lots of stuff, but they're kids and they want to do, they hear about it and they want to do it. And that's an experience that I'd like to have and to share with them. Well, most of them are young. My oldest is going to be 17 this year, and you know, so I'm envisioning this for next summer. I want this to happen, and what it's going to feel like to drive down and to stay in a hotel and all those things, and then going to the different parks and what that will look like. And you know, my husband wants to go deep sea fishing, and envisioning him and our son doing that. Boats and I don't do well. But I really just, I'm enjoying playing in that experience, and when or how exactly it comes about, I don't know, and I don't care. I don't have any attachment to it. It's just something, I'm putting it out there in my energetic field, and I'm saying, wow me, make this happen. I want this feeling to be an actual moment, and I'm okay living in this moment with this feeling, imagining it, but I know that's going to help create it too. And it's such a different train of thought from what we're taught from the time we're small children. You know, we're taught, you know, to do things regimented, and oh, life sucks, you better just get used to it, and things like that. And I mean, you can look at it that way. That's one perspective on how to look at it. But I have a real resistance to that now. And that's not what I'm teaching my children. I'm teaching my children, like, dream. Keep, like, dream it, dream it, dream it, dream it, dream it. And let the universe wow you. And, I mean, you can think I'm misled, I guess. But I don't. My experiences over the last month would say completely different. I feel so safe and taken care of now, and just happy. And again, I've had bad, low moments. I have a parent with some health issues, and found that out yesterday, and that was difficult. And I'm not ignoring or not processing those feelings. I think that's an important component too. I'm not burying anything down, or I'm feeling it. I cried and, you know, kind of worked through whatever I needed to, but I'm not allowing myself to wallow in it. I'm really going, okay, this is the situation. I'm going to see what I want. I'm going to continue to see that this parent has this, but they're going to get through it, and they're going to get better. And I have many more holidays, and I'm envisioning past holidays and current holidays coming up, and, you know, even more future holidays, and imagining them there with us and holding and carrying that feeling in my heart. And so I also have acupuncture coming up this week, which, if you've been watching videos, you know, I'm really hoping that's my cure for AGS. There's things I'm just not able to comfortably do right now. A friend's son is having a birthday party today, and I'm so fume reactive and touch reactive to touching stuff and having a reaction. I just can't. I would be so uncomfortable, and I don't want to be like that in person. And so I'm looking at Wednesday and going, this is it. We're going to make this happen. You know, no more fume sensitivity. No more, I can't eat dairy. You know, I get to finally sample the sausage that my husband's made from the pigs on our farm. You know, like things like that are, have been part of our goals with having a homestead. I want to experience that. And while at the same time being so grateful still for this illness, for teaching me so much and getting me to this point. None of it was without purpose, but the purpose has been received, and now let's move on. And so I think it's looking at how we're holding and attaching to things or not, and then choosing what perspective we want. I feel like you feel the emotions, they go through you, and then once they've passed, you go, oh, well, I don't need to stay here if this isn't where I want to be. I can go back to here where I normally am at, where my alignment is normally, and that's okay. You know, there's various highs and lows through the day, or perceived highs and lows, but I know how I feel here, and I don't like that feeling. I like how I feel here, and that's where I want to be. And so that's where I resonate to get back to right now. So that's kind of what's been going on. I'm really excited for October to come, when this baby comes, and having this just enormous, beautiful experience at our forever home. When I imagine getting pregnant, you know, I imagine walking around in my yard and near the pond while I was in labor, and knowing that's all possible now, and having my kids around me. My kids are so relieved, and my husband is ecstatic that we're having this experience, and he's not enormously burdened with having to labor more to pay for it. So it's we're so happy and so grateful and so thankful. So I guess always curious how people are doing. I haven't had any comments lately, but I really hope to get some today. Let me know how you're practicing, if you're practicing, where you're at, and if you've kind of felt the shift. I've seen other people talking about the shift lately, and I think a lot of people are experiencing this. I've also gone through and refined. I deleted all the games off my phone except for, I think, one, just in case I'm stuck somewhere at an appointment or whatever and, you know, need a true distraction. I have continued to refine my social media stuff, so it's more inspiring to me, and when I need that. And I'm finding I just don't use my phone and do social media as much either. I'm finding other things to do, to clean. And I bought some new books to read too, to enjoy. and I'm enjoying all of these experiences. They're enriching my life much more than social media has. So let me know how you're doing. I'd love to hear.